What were we just talking about?
Well, let's go.
You're talking about
That cracker-rack.
We don't have to.
Crack-a-lacka.
Does that have to do with like curb stomping a rat? Like
No, it's cracker rat. They say it means to fart.
Oh, really? Okay.
Sal.
I totally missed
my
that.
goodness.
I learned the cutting the cheese. It was this New Year's. I never knew. I'm like,
it's a perfect
hey guys, who wants to cut the cheese with me? And I'm cutting the cheese. And my friends, they're like cracking up in the background. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, Sal from the Practical Jokers, they're doing a skit, and he asked somebody if they cracked a rat.
Okay.
And to fart, it was weird. I didn't know that.
Okay.
You guys know me, the Darryn Yates Show. Maybe you don't, but you soon will. Damn it. We love you all so much. Thank you for checking us out. You guys, you know me, man. I talk about mindset and mayhem. No offense against the people who want to be on the show, who want to just talk about normal stuff. I don't like fucking normal. I don't.
Fuck normal.
I like people with crazy fucking stories or inspirational stories. People making moves. People doing their stuff. Building brands. I love that. I love the extremes of that. Call me whatever you want to call me. The normal life bored the fuck out of me. That's why I turned around and said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to create the life that I want. You know what I'm saying? And someone that I've had an eye on for a couple of years now. We've been back and forth about her being on the show. She's finally here. I'm very excited. Fashion model, digital creator, promo model, brand ambassador, Lucy Tobey.
Woohoo! So excited to meet you.
Hi, I'm so excited to be on the show today. I mean, I've really been looking forward to meeting everybody in person and just sharing some crazy, wild experiences from the modeling scene and hearing your guys' stories as well.
Nice. Thank you so much. So I got to ask, of course, I know you guys have a question. Everybody's excited. So are you from here originally or where are you from originally?
I was born in St. Louis. I call myself like kind of like spicy because my grandma was Lebanese. So I feel like it just...
Nice,
That's kind of my look at this point.
I like it. So now we'll get into some crazy stories and some DMs, some inappropriate stuff, right? Possibly, right? Maybe
Possibly.
But I want to first ask you about, we of course we talk about all the time your passion. You obviously have a passion. You're out there all kinds of killer looks and photographers and places and locations and stuff. So the passion for modeling, tell us about that. Where it started or whatever.
Well, I always really loved fashion growing up. That's where it initially started. When I was 11 or 12 years old, a family friend asked me to model for their clothing line. So I started out with Runway, and that was 𝐬𝐫𝐫𝐫𝐷, and I modeled her line 𝐬𝐿 Style at her restaurant 𝐾𝐿. And then after that, I just kind of started picking up more lines and designers, and it was always just sort of a hobby until I got to around 16 or 17. I started taking it more seriously and doing just brand shoots. And from there, it just turned into music videos, reality shows, all the works.
That is
and
awesome.
I stayed grounded with it though. I never really meant to turn it into a career. It just was, like you said, it was just like a passion project.
Nice.
And suddenly
so you
it's
just did it. You weren't thinking about, career and making money. You just loved it so much you kept doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How cool is that? I love that. I mean, a lot of bands you hear, they weren't trying to make it. They were out there just kicking ass. And someone recognized them. Oh, yeah, we kick ass. Oh, cool. Oh, more people? Cool. You know what I mean? I love that mindset. I love it, yeah. So does someone have a question? I don't want to talk too much. Do you have any questions?
No, keep
good?
talking. It's okay.
Yeah, right on. No, it's awesome. Yeah. So I got to ask about how do you find the right people? Because finding the right people in any town, not just saying, I don't want to single out St. Louis, a lot of, smaller towns, even L.A.
You mean for work, right? Right people for work?
Finding the right people, because sometimes you got to go through a lot of people to find that one person. What is your process to find the right people? Because you've obviously done some really cool stuff and you found some right people. So
honestly, I do think that with any industry, especially in entertainment, there are a lot of people just kind of out to not really motivated for the right purposes. And I've just been very lucky that most people that I interact with are just genuine and really do have a soul for it. They're in there because they want to create, they want to spend time behind a sewing machine or time behind a camera. They want to do acting, directing. Other models I work with, most of the time whenever I'm doing a collab or something, it never really feels like someone's trying to take the spotlight. You can play off of each other.
Right.
I think that if you approach a situation with some genuineness and some openness and humanize yourself, then that just invites the other person to also be authentic.
Right. And a lot of the the scams or people in it for the wrong reasons, they'll ask you weird questions pretty fast, and you can see them from a mile away. I think some people I don't know. If
Yeah,
some guys
being
ask,
a guy, I would imagine it's pretty easy to point out the skeezers or whatever. You know what I mean?
I hear friends of mine all the time tell me that this guy, he's a photographer. He asked me if I did nude. That was one of his first questions. I'm sorry, but even if you're a new photographer, that's probably not the first question you ask. Hey, do you get naked and I can take a picture of you? So you have those come in, probably the weirdos. How do you deal with them?
Honestly, it's just kind of funny at this point.
Do you respond back, or you just delete, block, you're done with them? What do you do?
I mostly just kind of just don't involve myself. But if someone's really out of pocket, I'll be like, dude, what?
I would imagine you just ask them what kind of camera they have. You know what I mean? Because if the dude shows up with a fucking, you know what I mean? His intentions probably ain't the fucking best.
That's a good idea. What kind of camera do you have?
Yeah.
Talking about your passion for your camera or whatever.
Right.
I like that. Arthur, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I'm basically in the same boat, kind of. I'm trying to get myself musically out there, and I'm trying to do it without really trying to do it. I'm not really putting myself out there as much as I should, and I'm also waiting to record again after doing recordings recently. I'm not really... I guess she's more putting herself out there more than I am, but I'm still trying to do it without really trying to do it.
Yeah.
Just imagine how you're gonna blow up when we finally get pics of that dong out there, bro.
Can you use your magic and attract it to you?
Just for people wondering,
Okay,
we did hear a rumor from somebody that he's hung like a camel. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll give back to
I actually prepared myself, so.
What? Okay,
oh my God.
let's talk about okay. We can continue about
So speaking of that, penis pictures. Have you got any of those?
I think that whether you're a model or whether you're just any girl on the
Here you
internet,
go. Here you go.
you'll probably.
Yeah, right.
I don't think dudes are safe either. Honestly,
Right.
No one's safe.
I got a dick
Internet.
pic a couple weeks ago.
No, I feel left out now.
Yeah, I've
never gotten a dick pic.
I've
see you,
never
Arthur.
once sent a dick pic to anybody. I've never sent a dick pic.
But you
Well,
will.
but you will.
Yet there's people
But
that
you-
send dick pics out there saying they're me, and I'm like, dude,
Bastards.
No,
You
we all have fun about it, but I'm serious. That's an honest question. I mean, it amazes me when I hear about how many penis pictures are sent to girls, unsolicited. Now, if you're into a guy, you're back and forth and you're expecting it, that's cool, whatever. But just to spring it on you, hi, I'm Dave, and here's my dick.
This would be a
What
good
the
question
fuck is
for all
that?
three of you. Have you ever gotten a random dick pic and that was just enough to go for it? You know what I mean?
No.
Has the random dick pic ever worked?
You're oh my
No.
God, the man of my dreams.
No.
He's so
and
sweet.
I know that too. That's why I don't send dick pics.
He's
Those
so
are not pretty
romantic.
ones either.
Yes.
Well, that's
I
a
feel
valid
like
question.
though, I feel
They say
like dick
no.
pics have tapered off.
Actually, it has.
Yeah,
I've been putting
it has.
screenshots out there on Facebook wall, so people stopped sending me shit because I've been calling people out. That's why I'm still in
Well,
Facebook
I have
jail.
not called people out,
By the way.
but it has slowed down
Yeah, I'm
a
gonna
lot.
call
So
out-
I think that
It's go. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
I think
calling
it's a
out
thing.
and-
Maybe it's a thing of getting to be a thing of the past. Besides with the real perverts.
Okay,
I'm calling out Antoine Hussein McCoy. He has been pretending to be me on Facebook.
It sounds to me like his
for the
penis might be a
past
different
few
color.
years.
Okay, guys, this is a really
So-
great topic. But hey, Lucy, for example, if you're looking for somebody who's a good photographer or to find a job, where do you go? For somebody who wants to do modeling, for example, out there, where would you go to find safe, secure, good work?
Yeah, are there online
Well,
courses or St. Louis local? Yeah, it's a good question.
So for somebody that's really just getting into it and they're still kind of hitting their stride and learning how to pose, model, work with others, find the light, show off clothing, or they're just looking to create, there are actually a bunch of TFP or Trade for Prints groups, just on Facebook and stuff. My recommendation really, whenever you're meeting with somebody for the first time, is to just, be smart, just like about meeting for a date, meet in
Yeah.
public,
Common sense.
send your address to
Kind of stuff.
somebody and ask if you can have a reference of models they worked with before and maybe see some of their previous work. And that goes both ways. It also goes for photographers that are meeting with models the first times. Maybe ask to see some of their previous work, some credentials, because in an industry where you can't just, you can't get a bachelor's of modeling, as far as I'm aware, right? Where you don't have like credentials behind your name. It's more so just, can you show me what you've done? So that's really all you have to back up your name.
Yeah.
Now you said you're passionate. Started with fashion, so like, do you have any like clothing lines or anything that you've designed yourself or that you're working on, anything like that?
I have been instrumental in helping design pieces by Caroline Willard Couture. We worked together on a show called Fashion Anarchy recently that's on ATV and Roku to design a Phoenix dress, and then also like a big butterfly like trench coat, kind of K-pop style outfit. And just getting to see like all the work that she put in and all the artists on that show put in really gives me a new respect for designer pieces. I'm sure like there are people, I'll be very real, there are people in St. Louis that call themselves designers and they put a logo on a t-shirt, and I'm sorry, if I could do that online.
You can right now, print on demand. Here you go. I don't know.
Then it's not. And there's
Caroline's awesome though.
There's levels.
I know her.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're friends. Yeah.
She's so dope.
So what is your favorite like job to do? Do you do like print work, videos? Do you like live runway stuff? Like what's your event you look forward to the most, or type of
St.
shoot?
Louis on Broadway. St. Louis on Runway. Runway St. Louis.
See, because I love like doing photographs and stuff, but this live element, no matter what happens, it's going out live to people. That excites me.
That
So, what about
excites
you?
me too
Yeah.
so much.
What's your best type of gig?
I definitely agree that like just seeing like a live reception like to your work and to what you're doing and to designs is really fun. Like runways are one of my favorites. It is a lot of work. Like every runway you do, there's rehearsals, and it's not just, okay, we're going to, there's fittings, there's castings, there might be 150 girls that show up in, an auditorium somewhere and they need 20. And you're friendly with everyone, you're seeing everyone, you're thinking, gosh, do I have what it takes, And when I started out, there were times where I got those no's,
Yeah.
And I just kind of took it as direction for what I can work with and what I can work on. And one time it was silly.
That's the mindset.
I mean, she's got it.
Yeah.
You got it. I love it. Yeah, keep going.
Go ahead.
Seriously, yeah.
So when you're doing a runway call, a casting, right? They don't tell you this. If you were like if you're a model that only does print or something, you would expect, okay, I'm gonna look my best, right? So I'm gonna put on a full face of makeup and something really nice to this casting. They want a blank slate. They want a mannequin that they can project whatever they want onto.
Yes.
They want no makeup and all black clothing
Yep.
and heels. And if you're not in like that model uniform, they'll be like, what are you doing here? Go
Right.
home. Like,
I remember that. Like I did a lot of runways in my 20s.
yeah, you're just,
I'm old now.
I'm gonna shake you. I'm gonna shake you.
So are you like a super strict, go to the gym, diet, or you have cheeseburgers and reefer and stuff, or what?
What's your diet?
Curious, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Because
some people, are rigid about it. Some people just have good genes. They got to worry about it, man.
There ain't nothing pisses me off more than a skinny motherfucker eat a cheeseburger, bro. I hate them bastards.
That's funny.
So, I'm learning to kind of like be more, I know this term gets beat to shit, but I'm more body positive now and more, I was very stringent for a while and I was very strict with what I would eat. I would never have like carbs or bread. I didn't eat cake on my own birthday, like to that point, right? It was sad.
Aww.
And I've gotten to the point where I'd rather just like live life and just like nourish myself and eat healthily rather than trying to maintain an unhealthily thin standard.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I think beauty is health too. Like you're at a certain point, on either end of a spectrum, that's not attractive. And I had reached that point where I was so thin. I'm like, I look great. And like looking back, I'm like, I look sick.
Right.
I hear you.
It's just so cool to hear her speak about the passion, the mindset. It's so awesome. So now we got to talk about something, a crazy thing or a crazy. You mentioned a couple times we were going back and forth with messaging. So yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well,
Bring the crazy.
She said, "I got a couple." So come on, baby.
So starting off small. You were talking about like unsolicited pictures and things.
Yeah.
I've gotten weird requests.
Oh.
I don't. Okay.
What's the weirdest request you've ever gotten?
Someone. Okay. I think it's a tie. someone asked me for pictures of the back of my hand. They were like, no disrespect. I have the screenshot.
No disrespect.
I had the receipts.
Oh,
Yeah.
the receipts.
The receipts.
Okay, verbatim.
That's great.
Verbatim.
Watch out, guys. There's receipts everywhere out there. Fuck.
Yeah, now like with this technology, I mean,
This is why I say weird shit in person. You better have a
better
motherfucking
say it
camera
in
going. You know what I
person.
mean?
yes.
I'm not texting you no kind of weird shit.
Would you ever send me pics of the back of your hands? I'll send you cash through Venmo or Cash App first. No disrespect. I know it's different.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that
did you do
was-
it?
No.
Why not?
You can see my hands for free.
Give him my number. You hear me? I'll take pictures of the back of my hands all day long.
And then
That's so funny.
another very strange request that I got like a lot of was, so one of my best friends, not just in modeling but in life. Her name's Nikki Serenity. She's a superstar. I know
know
you.
Nikki, yeah.
You know her. You're tight. She believes in not. Just being comfortable with not having to shave if you don't want to shave, like
I've
whether you're a
seen
man or a
those
woman, right?
Armpit bush. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, well,
love your words.
it's impressive.
bush.
It's impressive.
No, it is. It is.
It's
Well,
impressive.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
we did-
It's a turn
we
on a
did-
little bit. It's weird.
We did like a no shave shoot together.
Oh.
Where like
Did
we
you really?
grew out our armpit hair and stuff, and like we had our arms up
Yep.
to like
Oh
show it
my
up,
God.
dropping my phone. Thank you for the save. Just
welcome.
got this fixed. And then
got it.
after that, we ended up with a bunch of people DMing us like, Harry Queen, and like, send me your armpits.
Oh my
and it was
God.
I've just
like-
come to the realization that I'm not as fucked up and weird as I thought I was, bro.
Yeah,
So-
you don't ask for crazy
No.
shit.
Like, my shit's pretty normal, I guess. You know what I mean?
This might be a weird
yeah,
question.
that's interesting.
There
How
are
long did
some
it take
weirdos
you to
out
grow
there.
your?
Yeah, I mean, I
Do
don't.
you have a bush like as big as hers?
Well,
Another?
okay, I couldn't quite compete because I was working on it for about 3 or 4 weeks because I couldn't do any other shoots really while I was growing it out also. So I had to kind of
right.
put everything on pause.
See, I can't
But
grow
I
that
don't
much under
regret
there.
it.
You guys can grow.
That's
it's
fun.
giant. So it got
That's
pretty.
the woman in you,
It was
Darryn.
pretty bushy.
I mean, it wasn't
that's
quite
about an
like
armpit
King
bush.
Arthur's like cuff over here, but
Oh yeah.
Good visual, good visual.
Ironically, that's what this is made out of, is armpit hair.
oh yeah, just like braided or something.
That's great.
Right.
But we have ended up in some kind of crazy experiences together. The way we met actually was so every year in St. Louis there's an international modeling and photography convention, and you can apply for it. And if you're cast, then you'll be one of the showcase models. And so it's called Shutterfest, right? Hosted by Sal and Alyssa Sincata, some absolute savants in the world of photography. So they do it at Union Station every year, and they gather around about 40 of us models, and they do big classes and shows and demonstrations. And people fly in from all over the country and all over the world, like photographers, to come and attend this, right? So it was very overwhelming to me because it was my first time being like
Yeah.
a showcase
nice.
model in like 2021, right?
Oh, that's exciting,
And,
yeah.
Well, and you're seeing all these
Yeah.
people that you've only seen in like little bubbles for their Facebook like profile pictures.
Right.
Right.
And people were like coming up to me and they're like, "Oh, hey, Nikki." And I'm like, "Oh, hi, I'm Lucy." And we met each other and she was like, "People have been calling me you all day." And I'm like, "Do we look that similar?"
Yeah.
So do you?
Honestly,
I don't
a
think
lot.
so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Cool.
In my opinion.
I don't know. Like we get cast in things together a lot,
But you
which
guys
I
compliment
really
each
like
other.
because
It's really cool duo in your pictures. Yeah.
Well, and so we ended up, both of us were like a little bit overwhelmed because as much of an extrovert as you are, like it's just a lot to deal with at once. So in between classes and shoots, I just went out to my car and I was just sitting in my car, like trying to rest. And like she DM'd me and she's like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And I'm like, "I'm hiding in my car." And she's like, "No way, girl, I am too." And so like we poked our heads out. We're
That's
like, "Hey."
Oh, that's hilarious. So tell us about locations. Do you do a lot of stuff? Of course, a lot of stuff in St. Louis, like the traveling thing. Tell us about some of your
Yeah,
favorite
like,
places
where's
you've
the
been to.
like
yeah.
the fucking dopest place you've ever shot at or whatever?
Oh, okay, that's hard.
or is there a place you want to shoot at?
Well, I do want to do New York Fashion Week at some point. At some point, I would like to do that. And I've had a couple of invitations. Kristen Hardwick, awesome designer. I've walked with in some of her designs here in St. Louis, but I haven't shown off her work in New York yet. Unfortunately, Fashion Week last year was the same week as my finals week, and I'm in nursing school and can't blow that off. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's
Good
a bit
for you.
It's
That's
a bit
awesome.
to juggle.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to do that. As far as different locations, I've done a couple runways in Chicago with House of 𝐬𝐿, and that's just been so fun. It's just like you go up and bam, 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 do the show all day, and then drive 3.5 hours home, have a 24-hour day, and that's fun. Kansas City is great. There are some people that do really good work there. I actually am going to end up on a Kansas City Parks website if I'm not already there yet.
Oh, nice.
I
Very
can
cool.
link that or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
When you-
Send me
From
a-
our last trip there. So, yeah, it's cool to see the different cultures around modeling that like different cities have. And I've mostly kind of stayed within the Midwest, but just
Yeah, yeah.
whenever people come in from out of town conventions, that's really cool.
Nice. So the social media game, of course, you do your gigs and stuff. I mean, do you have a team helping you doing TikToks?
Yeah, are you on
know what I mean?
TikTok? Are you Facebook Reels? What are you, Instagram? What do you do?
So I've actually been trying to get into making more like behind the scenes reels and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
I saw your Instagram.
Because when they rip your clothes
Lucy
off
Tobey.
and put it back on. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
It was
no,
like
no,
when
yeah.
they like when you like when you're like runway. I remember like a runway was so crazy. You take a walk and you walk, and as you walk, and they're ripping clothes off and putting your dressing.
chaos
I know it's
backstage,
chaos
yeah.
backstage. Like,
But people love to see the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah.
Okay,
It is.
Totally.
It's not.
so fun.
It's not always. What
It is.
people
getting
picture
excited
either.
here.
No, I love it.
Sometimes it's not as glamorous as it looks.
No, it's
Sometimes
not.
There's some
And that's what
crazy.
people want to see, though. People want to see that. They want to see
See, in
how.
our mind, you guys are just backstage like pillow fighting and
no,
scissoring
that
and
wasn't
shit.
that. But yeah, you keep that image.
So I did a brand shoot last year with 𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐞 for like their streetwear line, and she wanted to keep it really like urban and authentic, and so we were shooting like kind of down by the riverfront at some like with some abandoned buildings and stuff, and it was a little bit sketch, right?
Right.
It was a little
Right.
bit sketch. We had the professional light setups and the umbrellas, and like a duck comes out of nowhere. Like the
A gangster ass
like,
St. Louis duck, huh?
No, like the Aflac duck, right? Like it comes up. That was its name too.
Oh.
and its owners come
Aflac.
up. They look like they're straight out of Fallout. Okay, and they call themselves Outlanders. They had when the
wow.
girl had an eye patch and the dude had a machete. You can ask.
my
You
God.
can ask this designer, 𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐞.
God.
I
That sounds like your kind of people, Arthur.
So
That's awesome.
you run into crazy
Affleck.
things.
This
A
is
little
awesome.
duck and some Outlanders showed up to a photo shoot.
I'd have fucked that duck
So
up.
yeah,
Oh my goodness! No, we support animal rights.
Ducks are
on
fucking
this
mean
show.
as shit.
So what advice do you have for aspiring
Ducks are
models?
mean as a motherfucker.
You know, I'm sure there's a lot of little girls look up to you and have you reach out to you and stuff. I mean, what would you say to someone who wants to get into modeling in the business?
I would say that one, you don't have to take off your clothes to be beautiful. If it makes you feel beautiful, then do it. But you don't have
love
to.
that.
I love that. That's
For
seriously
sure.
respect. 100%. I love that. Arthur, you like that? What do you think?
I mean, I don't normally take my clothes off, but
Do you
I'll
feel
score
beautiful?
one for the team.
Big one for
He's
you.
ready.
Like right now?
No,
Not
no.
right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
No,
I'm
I
not
would-
ready to see that.
I would have asked you guys first. If you said yes, I would have asked you guys first.
I want to know if it's wearing its own crown.
I'm gonna buy a camera and take my
taking a vote.
picture in the mirror, and then just like
It's-
I don't know, like I mean, I'm weird about it now. It's
I
like
gotcha.
it's kind of like it.
Kind of like a thing.
It's
now, huh?
kind of weird now.
Yeah, that's all right, man.
Yeah.
Weird is cool. Weird is cool.
Weird is cool. And
Yeah.
I know we've got a time clock going here, but as far as crazy things, I mean, I'm blessed and shocked that I've ran into as many crazy things as I have. Like I've shot holding a flaming newspaper. I've shot hanging onto the side of a building. I've shot holding a boa. Like after this, okay, I am not kidding. Right after this, I'm going to do a photo shoot with a possum at the Wildlife Command Center.
Wonderful. Yes.
That is awesome.
Here we go.
Maybe we could do a show from
I can bring
behind the
my
scenes at one of your
ball
events or something.
python sometimes. I can bring my ball python to the show.
Oh my
shoot with a
God.
python.
I have, and she's really
got a-
long. She's
I have a
5
python
foot.
too.
You do?
But
Really?
I can't touch her. I don't touch snakes.
No.
But it's my
I don't
8-year-old.
touch things.
It's my 8-year-old, and he got bit already. So now nobody can touch it. But it's freaking huge.
It's just for display only.
Yes,
Mine
it's
is sweet.
display
Yeah,
only.
mine is sweet. But we can obviously need to photo shoot with that.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Well, Lucy, I want to thank you so much for coming down
Yeah.
to the studio here and being on the show. You know, we'll go around the room. Arthur, you have any thoughts or last minute thoughts?
I
here?
wish I had more thoughts, but it was a good interview. That's all I have to say.
Right on, Arthur. Thank you, Arthur. Mike the 𝐿𝐮𝐿.
I'm good, brother.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Jugs Judy has returned to the show. You have any thoughts? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
Nadia.
I'm freaking excited because like all these memories like coming back in, and also crazy things that I've done too. Like that rap video, like I ended up, we were like in the middle of the night next to the arch, you know, in a limo with the rappers who'd be smoking all day.
Okay, so we've got a collab soon. That's the thing.
Yeah. Sounds like
Photo
it.
shoot
Yeah.
when?
For
So-
sure. Oh my
Fuck
God, I
yeah,
love it.
you know.
Set up a play date with your ball pythons.
Fuck yeah.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm saying. It's like I'm so excited because
Yeah.
like this brings me like excitement for like creating something, doing like even I think I was closed off and my mindset was limited back then, you know.
Well, you know, speaking of mindset,
So yeah, mindset. Like you seem to be very solid, you know,
100%.
on like how you know, hold yourself and like where you're going, you know, where you're going and how to deal with, you know, roadblocks and stuff.
and I think it translates into the quality of the work that you do.
Absolutely.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
I was checking all this stuff. It's amazing. And to have you here and to hear your story and to sense the passion for it. Seriously, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Woo!
Thank you, Darren.
And keep us updated. We got to do some stuff.
Absolutely.
I just picture this like a behind the scenes of one of your shoots and us shooting it. And I don't know. I'm gonna find myself with what you're
Darren, we will
Not
get
gonna
kicked
do it
the
for
fuck.
free.
If there's ever a place we get kicked out of,
Yeah, 111, good number.
But we'll
Yes.
talk. Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate it. Stopping by.
absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you.
Lucy Tobey, everybody. Very cool. All right,
hang
guys.
on before we cut.
Drew.
Tell everybody where you can be found at.
Oh,
Yes.
my name is my image. It's just Lucy Tobey, LucyTobey on any platform, Facebook, Instagram. Add me there. I talk to everybody. Probably shouldn't.
And of course, thanks to Drew in Shock City. Yeah.
You're the man, Drew.
You're the man.